This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, Pacquiao battles to a draw, rekindles pride and unity for the nation. Marcial KOs Joseph, while Magsayo claims title in Vegas. San Miguel turns up the heat, Cruz catches fire, Beerman one win away from PBA crown. Philippine men's tennis team dominates, earns back-to-back Davis Cup promotions. Alas Pilipinas falls short, another C-V-League podium slips away. Venus Williams returns to tennis. Hope Serena joins the ride. Wellens flies to stage 15 victory. Pogačar stands tall in yellow. Tour de France hits crucial stretch. In the WNBA, star power ignites 2025 WNBA All-Star Weekend. Megan Good, Angel Reese, and more. And is Pacman on track for more boxing glory? Veteran boxing analyst attorney Ed Tolentino joins us once again to answer just that. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 21st of July. Now, here's our roundup. "46 years old, 12 rounds of relentless action, and one undeniable truth. Manny Pacquiao is still boxing's ultimate people's champ." In his highly anticipated return, Pacquiao went toe-to-toe with WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios in Las Vegas, fighting to a majority draw in a bout that reignited the world's attention. One judge slightly favored Barrios, 115-113. While two had it even at 114-114. Pacquiao was ahead on all cards after 9 rounds before Barrios stormed back late to salvage his title. But the Pacman thought he won that fight.
I thought I won the fight. I mean, it's a close fight. My opponent very tough. Barrios, wonderful fight. I mean, good.
Still, President Bongbong Marcos Jr. praised Pacman for a strong showing on the canvas. Barely 16 hours after the fight, Pacquiao hosted a Bible study inside the MGM Grand, signing gloves and posing for nearly 500 fans, proof that his connection with the people remains unmatched. Meanwhile, Gibbons of MP Promotions called the performance exceptional and that Manny got robbed.
Listen, that to me, I was amazed. You know, I've seen Manny in the gym. I saw him working, but until you see a guy in the fight, you don't know 100% what you're going to get. The guy was so smooth, relaxed. I had him like up going into the 10th round, maybe by 4 or 5 points. So I'm very disappointed that I don't know what the judges saw. I really don't understand.
With talks of a possible rematch with Barrios and potential showdowns with WBA champions Rolly Romero or Gervonta Davis, Pacquiao's ring return is far from over. A late October or December fight back in Las Vegas is already on the horizon. And yes, even Floyd Mayweather, a rematch lingers in the air. The message was clear. Pacquiao isn't just back. He's still a force to be reckoned with, carrying a nation's hopes every time he steps into the ring. Meanwhile, Yumi Marcial and Mark Magsayo turned up the heat at the MGM Grand with a knockout and a gritty decision. Marcial, 29, shined in his MGM Grand debut, starting slow before dropping American Bernard Joseph with a right hook in round 2. And finishing him with body shots and a left straight at the 1 minute and 55-second mark of the third to stay unbeaten at 6-0. The Tokyo Olympic bronze medalist had Joseph wobbly and unable to beat the count, marking a statement win on the big stage. Magsayo, 30, had to dig deep against Mexico's Jorge Mata, going the distance for a 10-round unanimous decision to claim the WBC Continental America Super Featherweight title. The former WBC featherweight champ hurt Mata several times but absorbed his best shots, showing his chin and conditioning in a high-paced battle. In the final rounds, Magsayo flashed a confident smile and unleashed a Sugar Ray Leonard-style flurry to close out a tough yet dominant win. Filipino Fight Night in Vegas. One ended early, the other went the distance, but both came out victorious. The Beermen are breathing championship air once again, and with Jericho Cruz igniting the fireworks in Game 4, San Miguel now has TNT teetering on the brink. Cruz delivered when it mattered most, draining 3 huge triples in the final quarter to finish with 23 points and seal a 105-91 win that gave San Miguel a commanding 3-1 lead in the PBA Philippine Cup Finals. The victory not only pushed the league's winningest franchise to inches away from a record-extending 30th title, it also slammed the door on TNT's Grand Slam dreams. The game also marked another career milestone for Junmar Fajardo, who was crowned Best Player of the Conference, solidifying his bid for a 9th MVP trophy. Fajardo dominated the BPC vote with 1,085 points, outdistancing teammate CJ Perez and NLEX star Robert Bolick. The honor capped another strong performance for the 6'10" center who remains the heart and soul of the Beermen. CJ Perez bounced back in the fourth quarter after struggling through most of the series, while Wami Tiongson and Marcial Lassiter provided crucial support early. TNT's Jordan Heading matched Cruz with 23 points and ignited a third-quarter rally that saw the Tropang 5G erase a double-digit deficit. But they couldn't match San Miguel's closing flurry. Even the return of big man Poy Eram wasn't enough to swing the momentum. Now, with 3 chances to close out the series, starting with Game 5 at the Smart Araneta Coliseum, San Miguel stands on the doorstep of redemption, determined to finish what they started and reclaim their long-lost throne. From Bahrain to Kuala Lumpur, the Philippine men's tennis team is on a historic roll, sweeping its way to back-to-back Davis Cup promotions and a spot in Asia-Oceania Group 3. Eric Olivares Jr. and AJ Lim led the charge, delivering straight-set wins over Kyrgyzstan in the promotion playoff semifinals. Olivares blitzing Kirili Kistanov 6-1, 6-3, and Lim cruising past Ilgiz Kachibekov 6-3, 6-3. The victory completed a dominant run for the Filipinos, who swept every tie without dropping a match at the National Tennis Center in Kuala Lumpur. Coached by US-based tennis legend Joseph Lizardo and assisted by former Philippine #1 Johnny Arcilla, the squad of Olivares, Lim, Arthur Craig Pantino, and doubles aces Francis Casey Alcantara and Ruben Gonzalez also crushed Pacific Oceania and Kuwait in group play. With the promotion, the Philippines now advances to Group 3, set to face tougher foes like Vietnam, Singapore, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia. The feat comes just a year after the team's return to the Davis Cup action following the 2020 suspension of the Philippine Tennis Association, proving that the nation is wasting no time in reclaiming its place on the Asian tennis map. In volleyball, another leg, another heartbreaker as Alas Pilipinas came up empty in the CV League as Vietnam spoiled their final match with a 3-1 victory in Jakarta. The Philippine men's national volleyball team couldn't reclaim a podium finish, dropping the second leg's final match against Vietnam 23-25, 25-21, 17-25, 16-25. Alas Pilipinas closed out with a 1-3 record, a far cry from their bronze medal runs in both legs last year. Jade Disquitado poured in 17 points to lead an injury-depleted lineup that continued to miss star spikers Mark Espejo and Brian Bagunas. The loss also meant back-to-back fourth-place finishes this season failing to repeat their sweep of Vietnam in the first leg in Candon. Vietnam improved to 2-2, securing at least a bronze while still chasing silver, depending on the result of the Indonesia-Thailand clash. For Alas Pilipinas, all eyes now turn to the next big challenge, hosting the FIVB Volleyball Men's World Championship this September. A chance for redemption on home soil. After more than a year away from the tour, Venus Williams is back in action at the DC Open, and she admits there's only one thing that could make this comeback sweeter: her sister, Serena. Serena, 43, has not played since the 2022 US Open, when she announced she was evolving away from the sport after a legendary career that included 23 Grand Slam singles titles and 14 doubles majors alongside Venus. Venus, a 7-time Grand Slam champion herself, isn't sure if a Serena comeback is in the cards, but she remains hopeful. With the hard-court season underway, Venus is ready to embrace the next chapter, all while leaving the door wide open for a possible Williams sisters reunion on tour. Tim Wellens put on a dazzling solo performance, conquering the hilly 160.3-kilometer stage 15 from Muret to Carcassonne in 3 hours, 34 minutes, and 9 seconds. Tadej Pogačar may have stayed out of the day's top 10, but he remains in full control of the majestic yellow jersey, holding a commanding 4:13 lead over Jonas Vingegaard with a tense final week looming. Wellens' powerful breakaway not only gave UAE Team Emirates another stage win, it also boosted team morale heading into the second and final rest day of this year's race. Jonathan Milan of Italy keeps hold of the Green Points jersey. Francis Lenny Martinez wears the polka dot jersey as King of the Mountains. And Lipowitz continues to dominate the young rider classification in white. The battle for yellow resumes on July 22 with stage 16, a grueling 171.5-kilometer test from Montpellier to the legendary Mont Ventoux. Expect fireworks as the mountains loom, fatigue sets in, and contenders push for every second in cycling's ultimate race. In the WNBA, bright lights, bold fashion, and basketball history in the making made the 2025 WNBA All-Star Weekend light up Indianapolis like never before. From orange carpet glam to record-shattering performances, the stars showed up and showed out. Nafisa Collier stunned the crowd with a 36-point explosion in just 19 minutes, smashing the All-Star Game scoring record, while Skylar Diggins made history with the first triple-double in All-Star history. And of course, Angel Reese owned the spotlight both on and off the court. From Los Angeles to Atlanta to Indianapolis, style, purpose, and star power truly defined the weekend. And now here is your daily dose of sports lingo. What's a beamer in cricket? A beamer is a delivery that never bounces, coming straight at the batter above waist height and often catches them off guard. It's considered dangerous because it gives the batter no time to react and usually results in an immediate no-ball call against the bowler. Umpires warn or even penalize bowlers for this, as player safety is always the top priority. In cricket, a beamer is as unwelcome as it is unpredictable. Now it's time for our off-court buzzer. The final buzzer was just the beginning, as San Miguel's Game 4 win unleashed a wave of controversy. Jojo Lastimosa taking direct aim at the Beermen, claiming they're celebrating a title they haven't even won yet. After TNT's 105-91 defeat in Game 4, team manager Jojo Lastimosa didn't mince words. He accused San Miguel of crossing the line, saying they're acting like they already won the championship.
Kasama kami sa NLEX na with Coach Nick. Ginagawa na nila sa yabang natin.
His criticism was sharp and personal, taking direct swipes at Jericho Cruz for acting up like a little boy, and at Chris Ross for taunting the bench and hiding behind a nice guy image.
So, the guy has problems. I know he has problems. Dinadala niya lang sa court. But, wala mo na kaibigan dito. Wala mo na kaibigan. Diba? So, he's just acting up. He's just like a little boy.
Lastimosa claimed Ross was arrogant throughout the game and even called out his post-game gesture to injured TNT big man Poy Aram as disrespectful. No friendly gestures during the finals, he said. This is war. Cruz, who dropped 23 points to fuel San Miguel's dominant win, was left stunned by the backlash.
Hindi ko nga alam yun eh. Hindi ko alam yun. Kasi ang alam ko si Cruz yung kakain siya. Hindi ako yun. So ako wala talaga akong alam, promise.
Tsaka magkasama naman kayo ni Coach Jolas dati sa LS.
Wala naman problema ni Jolas. Kilala ko naman yun. Kilala naman ako eh. Tsaka palagi naman yung magkasama dati nun sa LX eh. Every morning, shooting na kami yun palagi.
But with the Beermen now one win away from sealing the title and TNT simmering from what they call premature celebration, Game 5 at Araneta is shaping up to be more than just a battle for the crown. It could be a collision of pride, emotion, and payback. And that's our roundup for tonight, the 21st of July. Up next is the Pacman on track for more boxing glory. Veteran boxing analyst attorney Ed Tolentino joins us once again to answer just that. So keep it right here on The Scorecard. The Pacman scored a majority draw in his comeback fight against reigning WBC welterweight champ Mario Barrios. But to many, he scored more than that. There are those who are saying he got a new lease on boxing life. Well, did he? Should he? Let's break down what happened this weekend. And joining us once again is veteran boxing analyst, attorney Ed Tolentino. Attorney Ed, partner, magandang gabi at maraming salamat ulit for joining us here on The Scorecard.
Good evening, Anton. Always a pleasure to be here sa Scorecard.
So again, as usual, naging habit ko na rin, attorney, na panoorin yung YouTube channel mo, which is very good for us boxing fans kasi nagbibigay ka doon ng extensive boxing analysis right after the fight. You shared your thoughts, and one of the things that stood out to me was that you had the same score as one of the judges, 115, 113. You also believe na si Pacquiao ang karapat-dapat na nanalo doon sa bakbakan na yon. And just for our viewers here on the show, why do you believe that Manny did enough na manalo?
Well, sabi ko nga, panalo si Manny Pacquiao sa aking scorecard, 115, 113. I thought panalo siya sapagkat for a 46-year-old guy, siya po ang nagdikta ng tempo ng labang ito. Siya, hindi si Mario Barrios. Yung six-footer, yung batang Barrios, for some reason, was hesitant to really pull the trigger. Puro jab. Nakita nyo, nakakasingit pa si Manny Pacquiao. At talagang parang may takot yung Mario Barrios. I think he was intimidated doon sa reputation ni Manny Pacquiao. And yung nakita niya na may galaw pa rin yung Manny Pacquiao. Even his trainers, in between breaks, sinasabihan siya, stop showing Pacquiao too much respect. The reason Pacquiao lasted the distance is because, number one, walang pressure. Hindi siya pinipisikal ni Mario Barrios. He uses ring smarts. Itong si Manny Pacquiao, yung kanyang ring IQ. And that proved enough to make him look good against Mario Barrios. I thought Barrios needed a knockout in the final round to salvage a win. So itong draw na ito para sa akin ay hindi katanggap-tanggap. I think, yes, they robbed Manny Pacquiao of a victory. Dapat siya ngayon ang oldest welterweight champion in history at 46. Look at that. Look at those moves, so, kuha niya eh. Siya nagbitbit ng labang ito. Siya nagdala, in my opinion.
Attorney Ed, watching the fight personally, I thought Manny's best round was the 7th round. Now, one former champion, Andre Ward, also felt that Manny Pacquiao did enough to win the fight. He said Manny won that fight, but in round number 12, he believes that Barrios finally got the better of Manny Pacquiao. Your thoughts on round number 7 and round number 12 in particular?
Alam mo, ang critical dito talaga, yung 7, okay. Yung 11 and 12, lalo na yung last 3 rounds, binigay halos ng dalawang hurado doon kay Mario Barrios. Ano? I thought too late the rally para kay Mario Barrios. Palagay ko huli na nung mag-open up siya. Siguro doon nararamdaman niya na siya ay trailing na on points. So he felt a sense of urgency in the last 2 rounds. But I thought Manny, okay na siya. Of course, people are saying sana itinodo na ni Manny Pacquiao, lalo na nung 12th round para mas selyado ang kanyang panalo. But this guy was 46, okay? Iba yung batang Pacquiao. Siguro yung batang Pacquiao, hindi na umabot ng 10 rounds yan. Ito si Barrios. So I thought that Barrios opened up too late in this fight. He coasted in the middle rounds and that pagdating ng 11 and 12, okay, humabol siya, nagpakawala na siya, pero hindi enough in my opinion. Even in the last round, kung saan lumaban na yung Barrios, I think nakakuha pa rin si Manny Pacquiao ng mga magandang suntok kontra kay Barrios. So I thought really it was a too late the rally for Mario Barrios. Nakita mo, draw lang ang naisalba ni Barrios in that attempt to finish the fight.
Now, attorney, post-fight, si Manny Pacquiao in his press conference, para sa akin, very shocking yung mga sinabi niya. Sinabi niya na tama na muna ang politics. The journey continues. He wants to continue itong pagiging boksingero niya. Attorney Ed, you said in your Boxer Shorts channel that he can go out with pride if this was his last fight. Pero mukhang itutuloy pa ni Manny Pacquiao itong boxing journey niya.
Well, yun nga masakit. Sabi ko, pwede nang isara ni Manny Pacquiao ang kanyang karera sa boxing sapagkat itong laban na ito, kung itong huling laban niya, hindi na nakakahiya ito. Yung ikay nakatabla sa isang reigning world champion na mas bata sa'yo. Para sa akin, okay na ending na ito. Ang laki naman ng kinita niya, almost $18 million. But the thing is, sabi ko nga, kahit draw yung laban, he actually scored a moral victory. Pinakita niya na meron pang asim ang Pacman. So ngayon, lalaban ulit siya. He wants to fight again. Okay, kung yun ang gusto ni Manny Pacquiao, pwede pa naman. Pero Anthony has to pick his battles. Okay? Hindi na pwede yung dating mindset ng Pacquiao na, sige, pumila kayo, aararuhin ko kayo lahat. Hindi na po pwede yon. Si Pacquiao ay 46 na. So kung gusto niyang ituloy, mamili na lamang siya ng kalaban na kahit papano meron siyang magandang tsansa. Sapagkat ang boxing po ay pangbata talaga. Madidisgrasya ka kung ang mindset niya katulad pa rin nung dati na lalabanan lahat. Hindi, palagay ko this time, he will pick his battle if he really wants to continue fighting.
Attorney, sino sa tingin mo ang pwedeng piliin nitong si Manny Pacquiao? Is a rematch on the horizon or is a potential rematch as well with 48-year-old Floyd Mayweather Jr. part of the options of Manny Pacquiao moving forward?
Well, they're talking about a rematch with Barrios. I say forget it. Ano? Kung bata pa si Manny Pacquiao, sige, laban tayo ulit. Pero matanda na ako eh. So I have to move past na this fight. Para sa akin, ang pinakamaganda yung Floyd Mayweather Jr. Kumbaga, magkasing edad tayo eh. Ano? Kahit pa paano, hindi nagkakalo yung edad natin. At ang labang ito, kahit walang titulo, kakagatin ng mga tao. Kasi nga, parang bitin eh. Yung nangyaring unang laban nila noong 2015, ano? Kung saan may injury si Manny Pacquiao sa kanyang balikat. At anyway, pangit talaga yung laban niya. So this is a chance for them na makapag-payback naman sa mga fans na naunsyamido sa unang laban. But is Mayweather willing to risk his unbeaten record? Sapagkat kung exhibition lang ito, I don't think si Manny Pacquiao ay papayag. Kailangan totoong laban because ang magiging attraction dito hindi yung world title, hindi na importante. Ang attraction dito is can the unbeaten record of Mayweather be cracked or blemished by Manny Pacquiao.
I did see some interviews na yun din ang sinabi ni Manny Pacquiao na wag na exhibition. He wants a real boxing fight with Floyd Mayweather Jr. And in another interview, nakita ko rin na tinanong si Manny Pacquiao, who's your top 5 boxers of all time? And noticeably, hindi kasama si Floyd Mayweather Jr. sa mga pangalan na binanggit ni Manny Pacquiao. I feel, Attorney Ed, and I don't know if you agree with me, that there is that Floyd Mayweather, kumbaga siya yung multo ni Manny Pacquiao, that he wants to come back and get back at Manny Mayweather. What do you think?
Yes. Ito'y kasama sa mga saywar yung plano ni Manny na i-motivate si Floyd Mayweather to finally, sabi nga niya, just sign the contract. Wala tayong problema. So sinasabi niya the feeling niya, I thought I won the first fight. Ang feeling niya is takot si Mayweather sa kanya. So all these things factored in is to entice Mayweather to come out of his cocoon and fight Manny Pacquiao. Yan ang in a way na galawan ni Manny Pacquiao ngayon is to try to find a way. Mag-rank ako ng mga all-time greatest ko. Wala ka sa aking listahan. Mapipib si Mayweather. Sabihin ni Mayweather, sige, labanan kita. Sigurado ako. After the fight, kasama na ako sa listahan mo. Things like that. He's trying to goad Mayweather into, fighting him again. And because that fight will really make a lot of money, Anton. It will really make a lot of money.
So for my last question, Attorney Ed, money, Floyd Mayweather, there are rumors na he needs money, but in your mind, what would it take for Floyd Mayweather to sign the contract and accept a rematch against Manny Pacquiao?
Well, kung totoo may money problem si Floyd Mayweather, okay? There are persistent rumors na nakakaproblema siya because of his lifestyle din. Ito lang talaga ang solusyon Pero alam nyo, meron po kasing sitwasyon dito si Floyd Mayweather. Pera, kapalit ng kanyang unbeaten record na maaring madungisan. Yun ang quandary niya ngayon Pero saan ka gagawa ng pera outside boxing? Sa boxing lang pwede kang kumita ng super laki in about an hour or so. But the thing is, masyado siyang ma-pride. Because sabi niya, wala akong talo best record ito And of course, ang isa pa diyang natatakutan niya, pag naglaban sila ni Pacquiao, nakita niya yung laban ni Pacquiao kay Barrios, teka muna, mukhang pag naglaban kami, wala nang problema sa balikat. Medyo amanos na ang laban. So, yun ang mga sitwasyon dyan. Maaring may nervous din si Mayweather. Pero alam natin, siyempre, si Mayweather, always in good shape. Nakikita niyo naman, kahit matagal nang walang laban, puro exhibition lang, he's always in good shape. But those are the problem. Really, the main problem is the record. That's the record. Pero kung gusto nyo ma-entice siya talaga, siyempre, money. Sobrang daming pera ngayon sa boxing. Sige, saan ka kukuha ng ganyang halaga? Saan? Wala. Sa boxing lang. Kung gusto mong ma-replenish ang iyong alkansya na medyo alanganin na ngayon, ito, boxing, instantly, your piggy bank is back in shape.
Well, I guess we have to wait and see kung ano ang mangyayari. As Manny Pacquiao said, the journey in boxing continues. Attorney Ed, maraming salamat muli sa oras and take care over there, partner.
Ingat kayo. Medyo masama ang panahon, Stay safe and always a pleasure to be here at Scoreboard.
Thank you so much, Attorney. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Up next, the rematch is set. Caitlin Clark returns to face a locked-in Liberty squad, while Jonquel Jones eyes a comeback of her own. All-Stars collide, momentum's on the line. Who sets the tone for the stretch run? We're about to find out, so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Welcome back to the Scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. Okay, so here's the thing. When Caitlin Clark is not on the floor, the Indiana Fever don't just lose a spark, they lose their entire electricity grid. And the New York Liberty, they noticed that and they pounced hard. Welcome back to the Liberty Show, starring Brianna Stewart, the reigning MVP who is currently walking around the league like she's holding receipts. Stewie dropped 24 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists in 3 quarters of what felt like light work. You know what this game was? A reminder, a flex, a check-in from a team that still believes it owns the East. So let's talk about that third quarter. The fever blinked, and suddenly, they were down 23. Stewart had just finished a three-point play that had Barclays Center buzzing like it was Game 7, and the crowd, a packed house of 17,371 standing, shouting, and feeling like something special's brewing in Brooklyn again. Meanwhile, Sabrina Ionescu played like she had a plane to catch. 15 points, 9 assists, and then clocked out. Efficiency, vision, poise. She ran the show while missing her co-star Jonquel Jones, who's still nursing that ankle injury. But here's the kicker. Jones is expected back right after the All-Star break, and you can feel it. This Liberty team is about to enter a new gear. Now, on the other side, it was tough sledding. Kelsey Mitchell gave it a go with 16 points, but Indiana looked lost, not just in rhythm, but in identity. The team is 4-6 when Clark's not in the lineup, and that number doesn't lie. Without Cece, the gravity shifts. The space dries up. The pace disappears. Now look, we all get it. Clark has a massive weekend ahead. She's the headliner, but she did not play. You know, she was supposed to be in the three-point contest, but wasn't there. And was supposed to be the captain also, but wasn't there. Now, if tonight was any preview of how Indiana operates without her, well, the Liberty just showed the rest of the league exactly where the Fever's soft spot is. And if you're New York, you don't just leave this game feeling good. You leave it knowing that you've got another shot at Indiana right after the break. And with Stewart heating up, Sabrina orchestrating, and Jonquel Jones on the way back, yeah, the East runs through Brooklyn until someone proves otherwise. So stay ahead of the action as the WNBA powers into its second half. The stars are shining, rivalries are brewing, and the road to playoff glory starts now. Here's your full court look ahead. And that's a wrap on the Liberty Fever face-off. But make no mistake, the fireworks are waiting on the other side. New York is loading up. Indiana needs a reset. The rematch, it's coming fast. So lock in and keep your eyes on the prize. Before we go, think on this. From the rising NFL quarterback of the New York Giants, Jackson Dart, once said, "I've been underestimated my whole life. Now I embrace the competition and I want to leave a legacy here." And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow on the Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This has been Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.